Hello, Identity 5 gamers! It is time to continue with our COA story once again. We've been doing some Abyss matches, and I'll let you know that of our 12 matches, or at least of my 12 matches that I've done so far, it has been completely a tie fest. I've gotten 4 total wins, 4 total ties, and 4 total losses, so it is just, everything's all tied up. So that is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's get into it here. Let's take a look at our Ripples of Hope. I think we have all of the, where is it here? Or maybe it's match awards. Yes, here we go. This first. We should have, yeah, we have all of our prizes. Yes, here we go. And we did actually end up getting the final question badge, I think today. Let me see here. Congratulations. Please accept this exclusive Call of Abyss 9 badge for participating in over 150 Abyss battles. Very nice. So that's kind of cool. But let's move on to our Hideaway Rooftop here and see what we got for the Rooftop Rendezvous Day 6. Tomorrow we'll get the Hermit, but now it is time for some fragments, I guess. We still have a few loose ends. We'll need outfits to help us move around freely. The Holy City's formal wear, loose white robes and masks. Maybe the god wants all its followers to be faceless and uniform. Works well for us. Got the robes? Only the masks left. The craft is simple enough. I can make convincing replicas. Under these robes and masks, identity and individuality vanish. When we fought the followers before, we only saw their human traces once their mask came off. Let me help. You're good at working with others. It's hard to imagine you arrived here alone. As a kid, I did similar things, always helping in ways I could imagine. Strangely, my friends were taller, wiser, and more confident. But I always thought, maybe deep down, they needed my help. Aw, Alice. Maybe I have the ability to read others, able to be both an observer and freely step in. Come, help me finish painting these masks. Alright then, let's just go for a little bit of a trace here. Oh, I see. Alright, simple enough. Looks pretty good. Merchant wears the painted mask on his face, then puts on the white robe. Now I'm just a blurred drop of water in the sacred river? When you're quiet, remember to tuck in your arms and mind your stance. Imagine yourself in a solemn setting. Now you look much better. Hope I won't be able to spot you right away in the crowd. After all, you've long been used to showing off in public. I still remember your shop being packed to the brim. When you're not playing or singing, your familiar tone returns. Every merchant has his own trade tricks. Words and posture are always a part of it. Speaking of which, I never held it against you that your messenger bird ate the materials I got. What? The bird ate the materials? Yo. Oh boy. Oh, those seeds. In truth, I don't blame myself either. They say they can grow flowers that follow the sun. I'm not sure if they're suitable as a crafting material. Sunflowers? I've heard of them. Their golden yellow petals are always eye-catching, much like you. Well informed, Outlander. Merchant takes off the white mask. There's that gentle smile on his face as always. These masks are nice. The inside has a mesh lining, so they hardly affect visibility when worn. And the patterns painted and carved on them. In fact, your family wasn't wrong about one thing. You do have the artistic skill required by this holy city. That only makes me feel ashamed. I'd rather use these hands for anything else, or just destroy their dreams outright. Artisan picks up his sketchbook. Unlike any book depicting the holy city, the blue ink feels like the reverse side of warm sunlight. Heretic wears the replica mask, gazes down from above at the city's white buildings, and the river winding through them, carrying the wishes of the masses. A small red insect lands lightly on the white mask, still drawn to the old scars left behind by fungal threads. Ooh, fungal threads, you say? Yes, I never belonged here. Catastrophe and infection, creatures lured by the fungus. Even if the memories carry too much pain, they still remind me of what I set out to find. Aw, Alice, she still remembers COA 7. Oh, poor Alice. Well, we'll grab our fragments. Only one more day. Huh. until we get our hermit skin, I guess. Alrighty, let's take a look at Moment of Reflection for the day. And we have to solve some more puzzles. Oh joy, this is gonna have to be a 2, which means this is going to have to be 4, which means this is going to be 3, and this will be 2, which means this will be 1, which means this will be, I believe, 3 here, which means this will be 4, which means this will be 4, and this will be 2. Boop. Hey, there we go. We did it. Yes, we did it. Memory fragment number 3. All right, then. Humans have work they must do. The computer, sure, does too. Humans need rest. They need to chat. Loneliness is the hardest thing in the world to bear. When I'm alone, I feel like running off to the moon. Does the sir need that too? Most people would say no. I once snuck into the room where the technicians worked with the computer. Sadly, they had only given him a human voice. There was no machine technician sitting on the sofa waiting for me. But I liked his voice. We once found a battered old cello. His voice sounded like one of its lower notes. I kept thinking, if I could talk with this sir about other things, maybe he would feel happy. About things I had never seen, like a morning full of ringing bells, or the little cakes and books that are served with red tea. Or about the sir himself, what he likes, what he hates, if he had a body of his own, what form he would want. Interesting, okay. Sir. We're learning a lot more about this sir. But, I wonder, what does Sir have to do with COA 9 and not just COA 7 computer? Interesting. Well, hopefully we'll find out later, or they'll just keep it cryptic, as IDV likes to do. Abyss treasures are looking pretty good. We've got still 16 of those. Let's take a look at our ripples of... Actually, let's take a look at the leaderboard first, see who we got here. All right, Amy, B for you, Omni, BIN, USL, Elevate, Globe, and GLK. Okay, that checks out. Honestly, I believe these 7 teams were guaranteed when I was talking about them on stream before. As for the number 8 slot, I don't know. I generally do not know. However, let's just get right into Ripples of Hope here. We'll do, I think, probably 4 draws for the day, and then we'll do 3 tomorrow to finish things up here. Let's see what we got. It's gonna be the rice pudding. All right, nice. The fragrance of rice mingles with rich cream, and each spoonful is a delicate balance of lightness and sweetness. Well, that seems nice. I like that. Sounds good. Folklore collection. Let's see what we got here. A long scroll filled with folk tales, often carried by street storytellers. This art is very popular. Sometimes we see 1 or 2 performers in strange masks standing in the streets, their faces hidden, surrounded by townsfolk. Their scrolls are full of intricate illustrations beloved by children. This is the most surprising aspect of Holy City folk culture to me. My impression of the Holy City had always been solemn, white, and austere, yet these lively performers bring clamor and color to its quiet streets. The Holy City encourages most forms of literacy creation, and the most prized works are those fantastical stories that push the furthest beyond common sense, as if the most bizarre and outlandish the content, the greater its value. This attitude seems tied to the city's divine. Some texts preserve a story. The god and a child each compose a tale. The divine writes a florid, beautiful poem, yet people prefer the child story, and so does the god. Another version has it that the more stories people create in a year, the more vivid the miracles that year will be. Audison thinks there's no need for further interpretation. Perhaps the divine simply likes reading fantasy stories more than reading scripture. Huh. Okay, I guess that's fair. Maybe Joseph just really likes fiction? Who knows? Alright, let's see what the next one's all about here. We're gonna see just a general costume A tier, that's fine. Festive sweets. Ooh, I'm hungry now. A festive sweet beloved by the public, made mainly from wheat flour, yeast, eggs, butter, and a little sugar. The dough is poured into standard molds and baked into rounds. The edges sometimes rise a little as they bake, while the inside remains soft, slightly sticky. Another hallmark lies in the topping. Small black spheres made with a special spice blend, giving the dessert its distinct aroma. Oh, okay. Wonder what that's all about. I thought it was like chocolate chips at first, but I guess not. I have to admit, I absolutely adore this sweet. It's the first time I've truly understood, with all my senses, what a dessert ought to look, smell, and taste like. Oh yeah, what the heck? Back in the shelter days, the few books we could trade for were my only window into the world before my birth. The crude news from our makeshift receivers was always too dull. I preferred being a child archaeologist rummaging through old paper. The contents were a jumble. Myths, lifestyle magazines, travelogues. Those last three are my favorites. In one cookbook, the page on truffle cake was torn out. I imagine it must be the most delicious cake of all. Round, studded with whole black spheres that gave off a special fragrance. Dude, I love that they keep bringing up the truffle cake. That's so funny. For those who don't know, Alice loves truffle cake. That is like canon Alice. She loves truffle cake. That is like one of her favorite treats. They have like art made of her eating truffle cake. Literally the symbol of the thing was made with truffle cake, since she always desired truffle cake from COA 7, I guess. I don't know. I love how they keep bringing back in the truffle cake. It just shows a more like goofy side to her, which I kind of like. Though I'd never seen or tasted it, that imagining alone brought me joy and anticipation. Perhaps it was like the shell-shaped cakes in another novel, meant to be eaten with black tea, carrying memory in their texture. So why is it that another fictional element of my past, a detail that belonged to my old world, has appeared here again? I see. Well, that isn't the truffle cake itself, but it is a dessert indeed. Let's see what we got here. It's the same thingy. Whoa, cool. Sword-bearing blessed one. Oh boy, what do we got this time? A blessed one in the middle stage of transformation, with a cold, statue-like, inorganic appearance that still retains a recognizable human shape. Cleric explained that the form and the metamorphosis of a blessed one are often symbolic. Because each life is unique and unrepeatable, so too is the process of transformation. Theologians have tried to systemize the many outcomes, and these statutory blessed ones, thanks to their stone-like material, are classified as highly unusual. In simple terms, they are the divine's most favored children, but they are also extremely dangerous. Among us, perhaps only Cuckoo can deal with them with any confidence. First, they resemble the Holy City's god, whose body is like a living statue, clean, hard, smooth, yet capable of miraculous movement. Statutory blessed ones are, in appearance, closest to the divine. Their danger lies in their indiscriminate aggression toward living things. Though they remain bound by a rule, under strong light, they are completely still, indistinguishable from ordinary statuary. Once the surrounding brightness falls below a certain threshold, they can move freely. Usually, they are kept in separate spaces under constant illumination, and within the Holy City, creating new statues is forbidden. Aside from structural ornamentation, and a few officially sanctioned effigies, the appearance of an unknown statue is nearly always a sign of trouble. In any case, accidents happen. I'm grateful that my childhood handheld lamp could still serve its purpose at a critical moment. Wait, what? Did they actually, come after Alice and she had the lamp that helped her? Weird. How tall even are these things? Weird. Alright, one more time. Let's see what we got here. Last one of the day. It's gonna be... Oh, the big one! The big 10 treasures. Yes, sir. Let's go. Red insect. Oh, this is the one that follows Alice around, is it not? I think it is. A type of insect I've never seen before. Deep crimson in color, shedding a faint bioluminescent glow. In my childhood memories, the world beyond was nothing but filthy, time-worn shelters beneath an ominous red sky that stretched endlessly above. During my days here, I often find these insects circling around me. More often, they choose to settle on the winding scars along my skin. These old scars hold a particular attraction for them. The old wounds left by the fungal infection that once dragged me to the brink of death and hallucination. Oh my gosh, okay, so she really did almost die then, huh? The visions it induced always reflected the infected one's deepest desire. I do not believe that catastrophe itself has any intention of its own, yet a mirror that reflects desire is more than enough to guide humanity to its ruin. Either way, these insects are a silent proof that the times I experienced, and the memories I carry, even the ones steeped in terror, may indeed be real. The traces of the catastrophe have become part of my body, and now I feel something almost like nostalgia for them. Oh, weird. Perhaps in those unfree days, that tiny shelter's fleeting joy and comfort were still the fuel that carried me this far. But perhaps they are also a warning, a reminder that no matter how I escape that apocalyptic cage, by whatever means, the power that can destroy civilizations and drive humanity to its end still lurks, waiting in the dark. Or dare I say, the abyss! Oh, call the abyss, bro, what the heck? Okay, that one was really interesting, huh? I was wondering what was going on with that little insect that always followed her around, but yeah, you can see them coming off her right now, look at that. It's like constant too, what the heck? I thought there was only one, but I guess not. I think there's one little insect in the animation of the like when she's talking in her like the story mode. I forget. All right, well, I think that's gonna be all. That is going to be all for today. So, I guess I will once again see you all tomorrow, everybody, for the final day of the little COA event here. Now, of course, we will probably have a bonus episode on Moment of Reflection, because Moment of Reflection, I think, if it's similar to last year, they're going to be a lot more reflection moments things, so I'll compile that all in one bonus video. But at least for the main story, that will be ending tomorrow, so we'll have to take a look and see what that's going to be all about. But yeah, I'll see you all then. I hope you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
you